Hi there, everyone. Okay, hello. Hey, Christella, I believe you're on. So nice to see you. Do say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know how you're feeling. And if you have anyone that you believe will benefit from these videos, please share. Invite them to the page. Let them know that we're here. If you believe the exercises will be of benefit to them, do invite them here as well. So be sure to say hello as you come on. And actually, it very well may be that I'm not seeing comments again. The universe might be doing its thing. So, what I would love, because we're 42 seconds in, what I would love is for maybe somebody to private message me and say, hey, we can see you, we can hear you. And Joanne, you're just not allowed to see comments again today, because that could be the case. There's some, funny stuff going on. So if somebody could private message me, that would be fabulous, please. And I thought I saw somebody a moment ago. Alrighty. We are live. If somebody could let me know that you can send maybe a private message, please, because I did receive private messages the other day, although I couldn't see comments. So that would be fabulous. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, Marissa says she's watching. So they're playing silly buggers again. It appears I'm not allowed to see your messages again. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to go for it. All righty. So thank you so much for joining me. I promise you I will come back to the comments. Funny that they're doing that, huh? Oh, there's that part of me that wants to go work out why, but I'm going to trust that it is because I've been doing this again today. And I did mention that, I think in one of my comments, that I'm just feeling this, vibration happening again. I've got, Diane, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Di. Thank you very much for joining. And okay, so we have confirmation. You guys can hear me, you guys can see me. And I'm going to just leave the rest up to the universe. I'll come back and reply to all comments, I promise. All righty. So let me just, okay. All righty. So a couple of things I want to touch on. Just before we started, I wanted to share with you a couple of important things. And I have been receiving private messages. I'm seeing little notifications. I'm just not seeing your comments. So I did actually have a couple of private messages come my way. And I want to touch on those because people are reaching out to me, should I stay in my job? Should I stock up? Should I run to the hills? Now, having said that, our local council did put a video up saying to people, basically, stay out. Now is not the time. Thanks very much, Craig. Craig's watching. I've received a private message. So, we're all told to hunker down. Basically, where you are is where you're meant to stay. But I just want to speak to those questions and concerns for a little bit. Right now, and everything that we have done the past two videos is really about this. So right now, those that are in fear are stuck in a low vibration. And as I've mentioned earlier, that is affecting us physically. It is physically damaging. It damages the immune system. It suppresses the immune system. And it's actually more damaging than the virus itself. So I want you to be sure that you pull yourself and others out of that space. Sadly, some of those that are choosing to stay stuck in that place are going to step out. And that saddens me. But, we have to love and respect everybody enough to let them live their life their way. We have to just send light. Just send light. The best thing that we can do is send light. I talked about the fact that, the light diffuses the dark. No matter how dark a room is, we turn on one light and there is no more dark. So send light. And then we've got those of us that are stepping up. You guys are stepping up. I am so honored to be here with you, to share this time with you. And, your example and what you radiate will lift others too. It will lift all of us. I can see things, Poppies. I can see in the top that I've got messages coming through, but they're just not appearing in this feed. Again, I'm going to let that one go, right? I'll let that go. So the meditation that we're going to do later in this call will actually do that. It is going to lift you to another vibration, and through you, through your example, it's going to lift others too. So I've got a beautiful meditation that I want to do with you guys later in this call. And also I want to assure you, because somebody else did ask, if the videos will stay up. So I want to assure you that the videos, all three of these videos will stay on this page for you to do them as often as you like. Intention alone, and I did touch on this, intention alone is strong enough to increase your immunity. I talked to you about the GDV device and how we were able to measure changes in frequency in water. And Mariana, I don't know if you're on, love, but these mugs that I'm getting designed, which look very similar to this, I have confirmation we will be putting I Create the Dream on both sides, and whether you're left or right-handed, you will see that. So that'll all happen down the track when we land in the new, no doubt. So the best thing you can do is stay calm, is be prepared with supplies. I mean, unless, of course, you're planning on becoming breatharian. I'm not breatharian. Go within, raise your vibration. And if you're being affected by the news articles, then stop watching them. It's up to you to do whatever it takes to keep your vibration high. If you can keep your finger on the pulse and see what's going on without buying into stories, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. Okay, I can see you reacting. So I'm actually seeing reactions pop up, but I'm not seeing any comments. So, Mariana, thank you. You're obviously here. We have left-handed mugs. Oh, actually, the mug will work both ways. So be mindful of where you put your attention, what you're buying into and what you're feeding. The body doesn't know the difference between a real or imagined experience, and that's thanks to the mirror neurons in our system. You get to choose how your body will respond, okay? So I'm just at the moment replying or sharing answers to some of the messages, private messages that I've received during the day and last night after last night's call. So focus not on what's going on, but who you are becoming. Okay, I want you to really think about what I just said then. Don't focus on what's going on, but on who you are becoming, because that is the key here. We used to worship the predictable life. Mind you, we complained about it, right? We wanted change, and here we are. But we worshipped the predictable life. We worshipped that X equals Y, that if I did this, I could have the stuff. We worshipped stuff. How we looked, we worshipped that too. How we looked, what others thought of us. My goodness, how much of our personal power did we give away to what others thought of us? We focused more on the predictable than who we are being called to be. This is a time of significant awakening, an awakening into a reality, but that reality lies deep within us. It's in our inner scape, and we are being called forth to bring that out. And all we need to do is just project that inner scape into the outer and manifest that in our physical reality. It's like, seriously, we don't want the old world back. I mean, so much corruption, so much like the horrible things that were happening everywhere. We don't want that back. Chaos always precedes evolution. It always has, and it always will. We don't grow. We don't, choose to grow at a rapid speed unless shit happens. Steph, I don't know if you're here, Steph. Steph was one of the students in my class a couple of weeks ago, and she used this fantastic analogy, the feather, the brick, the truck. So, maybe that feather has been on our face, tickling us a little bit, going, come on, move over a little bit. Then the brick slapped us. Is this the brick or is this the truck? There's obviously something going on. But now we're beginning to find, like now as in right now, we are beginning to find comfort in moving beyond ourselves. I want to speak to that for a moment. Right now, we're finding comfort in moving beyond who we thought we were, beyond our wants and our desires, and moving into that space where we've actually, even though we know we wanted to be of service, we didn't really do anything about it. We stayed stuck in our predictable life, but now we know and we are choosing to move beyond ourselves and say, how can I contribute? I'm getting all teary now. I'm thinking maybe this is why they're not letting me see my messages. How can I contribute? Who can I be in this time? You're all doing that now. That's why you're here. How can we be of service? You know, we're checking in on one another. We're taking care of one another, and we are stepping into a new level of consciousness, a consciousness that we knew existed and one that we wanted to step into, but we didn't. We made excuses. We had bullshit reasons. How beautiful is it to see that people are stepping up? Compassionate groups are forming so quickly. People and groups are checking in on the vulnerable. There's so much beauty that is going on at the same time as this other stuff. But I want you to shift your focus, shift your attention onto the beauty. Feed that. If you're going to feed anything, feed the good stuff, right? So you will be safe if you choose to set yourself free. Choose freedom. And by this, what I mean is freedom from the bullshit stories that you have trapped in your body. Choose love, choose peace, choose high vibration. Craig, I know you're here. I got a private message from you. Craig made a beautiful comment on last night's feed. And I think Marissa, one of her messages was about teaching people forgiveness. And Craig had made a comment. Actually, I took a photograph of it. Thank you. This is reminding me now. So I did it to remind me to bring it up. Okay, it is here. It is here. I know I did it. Okay. I don't have my glasses on. Okay. All right. To forgive is incredibly powerful. Once I chose to forgive everyone in my life, my world changed. You realize the great gift is that you forgive for yourself. The baggage evaporates the light. That is truth. That is truth. And just whilst I'm here, because I took a couple of other photographs, a couple of beautiful messages came through for people. Messages, your message to the world. Fiona, her message to the world is to be here to teach people how to own their power and have it all, because we can have it all. We can all have it all. I have Nicole. Her message, you're being called to live by example and show others that they are stronger than they know, that they have everything they need within them. Martina, here to show others how to be unapologetically themselves, to be kind but badass. I love that. But that ends up helping to save the world. We all have within us this gift that we are being called to bring forward right now. And I want you to, if you didn't do the exercise yesterday, go back and do it. You might want to do it in your own quiet time, do that. But this is calling you to bring that into the world. So thank you very much, Craig. The power of forgiveness is something we are touching on here. We're going to do a deep dive into it, actually, because if you want to elevate, if you want to step up to a higher vibration, you need to declutter you first so that you can be that amazing channel of light. But here's the exciting news. Now more than ever, we need to have clear and focused intention, because right now it's so much easier to manifest because that veil, it's so thin, so thin, incredibly thin. So seriously, you want to play in the field, now is the time to play. To many people, something's coming through here. What's collapsing right now? Okay, people are focused on what's collapsing. And while they're focused on what's collapsing, we need to understand that we're in this position. So I'm going back to the veil. I'm getting images of this really thin veil. while so many people are focused on what's collapsing, we need to place our intention and our focus on the magic and the possibilities. And this is why it's easier for us to manifest. I'm hoping that makes sense, but this is kind of how I'm seeing it right now. Later in this call with you guys, we're going to again connect to the higher self. We're going to go into the temple to and you will see, okay, you're going to see, I'll have to remember to do this. You are going to see, you are going to feel your guides, you are going to experience their presence, and you are going to bring the light through you, transmuting darkness within you into light, and then blasting that light over all of existence, touching the hearts and souls of everybody so that they too may be healed. And again, trust, we have to understand people have free will and choice, right? But sharing that light so that we can all live together, and then we're going to go into the field of potentiality, and we are going to experience it, and we are going to make it real for all of us. I want you to feel the magic. I want you to see the magic. I want you to experience the magic so that you can choose to stay in that space no matter what happens outside of you, no matter what happens. So I have a feeling, having said all that, I actually have a feeling that this call may go more than an hour. I will try not to, but apologies in advance if it does. So things are obviously changing really fast, right? Really fast. The bricks and mortar to online scenario that I mentioned yesterday was people moving from predictability into possibility. They worked with what was their predictable past, and they moved into a state of, is it? I wonder. Is it possible that I can now make money online? Maybe they thought about it lots before, right? But now they're put in a position where they wondered if they could shift things, if they could now make money online. So they moved from the predictable past into possibility, right? And is it possible that I could also run my food business a different way? So now we have these businesses that are focused on takeaway. They're doing the social distancing requirements, but they're either now doing delivery, which is something they never thought of doing. They're finding ways. They stepped into possibilities to find ways to make things happen. And because of the change, they made it happen really quickly, right? And then we have businesses that have like shape shifted dramatically, that have, some people sending me messages on my phone too, businesses that have moved into potentiality, completely transforming overnight for the greater good. Look at Dyson. I mean, goodness, vacuum cleaners and fans, right? Dyson are now making ventilators. A car company, I can't remember which car company it was now, but a car company is also making ventilators. They've completely transformed their business, and they're building ventilators in like 10 days or so. Breweries, there's another brewery that is making sanitizers. And one of my Facebook friends put a post up just a week ago, maybe less than a week ago, asking if anybody knew of anyone that had a plane and a pilot. Pardon me. And all she said was that she needed it for some medical supplies or something or other. Anyway, people came together, right? Strangers came together. She got what she needed. And then I saw a post just a couple of days ago. She made 100,000 face shields for Canada and now plans on doing the same thing for America. There's some serious magic happening. People are stepping up. On the Canberra buy and sell page, a nurse had told a woman that Canberra was running out of face shields. She told her husband has a 3D printer. He just played around a little bit and made a face shield. Then she put that on the Canberra buy and sell page and asked if anyone else had 3D printers and if they could do the same. Like connectivity, connection, compassion, community. Can you see the 3 C's are already happening? Cumin, coriander, chili. Community, connection, community, compassion. All right, they're the 3 C's. I just have the other 3 C's in my head. So 6 months ago, these ventures weren't even part of people's psyche. But the world changed, and then we changed. People stepped up and made amazing things happen. Had Dyson have been approached 6 months ago and asked to consider this, we probably wouldn't have touched it because they were living their predictable lives, running their predictable business, growing a business that was comfortable. They were comfortable with where they were. They made vacuums and fans. I don't know if they do anything else. I just know about the vacuums and fans. But, they change. When things are going well, we rarely change at speed. We think about it. They might have put this sort of thing into the pipeline. Well, I suppose we could do something like that. We'd consider it later. But right now we have procedures, we have systems, we have conditions, we have plans, all these sorts of things. We have these things in place. Change rarely happens fast when we choose to stay in our predictable past. But in the field of potentiality, time is collapsed. We did that yesterday. I don't care how you do it, but time is collapsed. What we do is we move beyond ourselves, and that's what everyone's done. They moved beyond themselves. And when you are beyond yourself, this light shines through and you become a torch and you shine that light on what it is that you desire. You enter the field, you shine the light on what it is that you desire, and you draw that to you. You make the seemingly impossible possible. We become laser focused and we go from being to having. I'm hoping this is making sense, guys. I can't see comments. I'm just going to trust that it's touching you deeply, that you're getting it. We have clear intentions in this space. Now, this is important. When you have a clear intention, this is what it means, that you stop being the pendulum. Stop being that pendulum that moves from yes, no, maybe, I know I should, yeah, maybe tomorrow. You stop doing that shit and you start to be here in present time. You be present, you be here in presence. And when you are here in presence, you hold a clear and uninterrupted intention, and that triggers that matching feeling that you radiate out into the field. It doesn't happen when you're doing this. You've got to be here. You've got to choose to be here. You choose to be in presence. In other words, you become that clear channel for the light to work through you. And when you are a clear channel for the light to work through you, you are also gaining that wisdom and that guidance with more clarity as well, because it's not interrupted with the bullshit stories that you are playing from your past as well. Okay, the forgiveness piece is coming into this a lot because, and it's, you know what you need to do? You need to forgive yourself as well, because you're the one that chose to hang on to the bullshit stories. You're the one that chose to hang on to the bullshit, to all that crap. But when you set yourself free and you become that torch, everything, I'm telling you, everything exists in the field of potentiality, and you shine a light on that which you want to bring into being because it is coming through you so clearly. And I want to tell you something. What you want wants you to. Have to repeat that one again. What you want wants you to. Do we get that? But I'm going to take this a little bit deeper. What you want wants you to, but it's not about the stuff, because what you're really chasing is a feeling, and you believe the stuff is going to give you that feeling that you want. All of those feelings that you're searching for, they live in the 3 C's. Come on, coriander, chili. 3 C's: connection, community, compassion. Everything that we are searching for, all those feelings, that we want the stuff because we think it's going to give us a feeling, and the feelings exist in the space of connection, community, and compassion, and that's where we're headed. You can see it already starting to emerge. That's where it all is. So later, as we do this meditation, I'm going to have you connect to that feeling of connection and community and compassion. That's what we're going to shine a light on. That is what we're going to feed. And I want you to remember the 3 C's, because no matter, what comes up for you, I want you to pull yourself back into the 3 C's and choose to feed those instead. Choose to buy into that instead. Choose to visualize that instead, because this is how you're going to make the greatest difference. And this is how you're also going to make yourself feel better. The universe will always match your vibration, full stop. Pardon me. So we're going to together expand our heart and have that light flow through us, transmuting dark into light, because we can. Healing, touching, we're going to have that light touch everything and everyone in existence. Everything is going to be touched by this light that we do, the work that we do this afternoon or tonight. I have no idea what time. It's 6:24. Here we go. When we enter that field where we can make anything possible, we must enter this space as our whole self, moving beyond ourselves. So I can see that you guys are actually doing something, but like I said, the messages aren't popping up. So we must enter as our whole self, moving beyond ourselves. And here's what I mean. People pray when they want something, but not when they don't. People do the work when they are in crisis, but often don't when they're not. That's ego-driven stuff. That's doing it because I think it's going to serve me now and what I want now. I'm asking you to move beyond yourself, beyond your fears, beyond any limitations. That's why I showed you the exercises in the last 2 videos, especially that first one where we transmuted everything. We need to leave behind the bullshit stories and come and become that conduit of light. Miracles happen when you are no longer plugged into the bullshit. And again, Craig's comment, I'm going to keep coming back to Craig's comment with that. Okay, because that was proof when he did that, when he forgave, he realized the true power that he had. And there's a beautiful story that I want to share with you now, which explains that so beautifully. And if you've been to my in-person presentations, I may have probably told this story. I tell it often. But it's so layered. There are so many amazing ahas, gifts in this particular story. And it's a true story. It says, pardon me. It's a true story. And it's about forgiveness and setting yourself free. And the beautiful thing is, as Craig has also mentioned, that it's not about the other person. In fact, it's the most self-loving act that you can do because you do it for you. It's letting go. It is setting you free so that you can be more fully present, so that you can be more fully here in present time, so that light can flow through you more smoothly. And when you're here in present time, you feel taller, you feel stronger, you feel more alive, you feel like you can do anything, like anything is possible, and you become a magnet for what you desire. So this is a story of David Shetlehay Paladin. And, pardon me, I need to have maybe a little sip of my tea first. I know many of you would have heard this because I do tell it often, but I really feel drawn to sharing it with you guys again. It so beautifully shows us the power of forgiveness and changing the way we see things, the fact that nothing happens by chance, everything happens for a reason. And that when you reclaim your energy, your spirit, and your power, you can get your health back, you can get your life back, and you can make miracles happen. So David was born in 1926 to a Navajo mother and a Caucasian Roman Catholic priest. David, for obvious reasons, didn't have his dad around, so he felt unwanted. He felt abandoned by his father. He also felt very different because he was mixed race, being part Navajo and part Caucasian. His mother then decides that she wants to leave and become a nursing nun. So she didn't feel that she was abandoning her son. She left him with the tribe, with family. But David now felt even more abandoned. Dad wasn't around. Now mum's not around. By the age of 12, he was an alcoholic. At 14, he and his cousin decided they were going to run away from the tribe, believing, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? Pardon me. They lied about their age, and they got themselves onto a merchant ship where they met another young German boy. So keep in mind, everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. It's all part of the divine plan. So here they are, palling around, mucking around, having a great old time. David, being incredibly artistic, would often draw the sights that he was seeing. And at the outbreak of World War II, he was recruited by the OSS, which was actually the forerunner of the CIA. Because they'd seen David's drawings, he actually thought, it's going to be pretty cool. They're going to, place me in the war zone. I'm going to be some sort of spy artist, right? But instead, they used him for the language that he spoke. They dropped him behind enemy lines. He was basically tasked with sending information across enemy lines, a spy. Excuse me. At 15, he was captured, and we all know of the horrific things that took place back then. He was starved, he was tortured, and he even had his feet nailed to the floor. He was made to stand with his arms outstretched for 3 days with these nails through his feet. You could imagine his, a starved body, he's weak already, and every time he'd move a little bit, it would just tear through his flesh. So he stood there for 3 days, gangrene developed, and now he's laying there lifeless on the floor. They decided, what, there's no point keeping him alive, let's send him off to be gassed. So as they're now pushing him onto the train to be gassed, there's a gun in his back. And, he could hear the German soldier saying, move, move. He recognized the voice. He turned around, and it was the young German boy that he had met on the ship. Nothing happens by chance. It is all part of the divine plan. The German soldier recognized him, and rather than allowing him to board the train to be gassed, arranged for him to go to, another camp. Now, things weren't much better at that camp either. Night after night, a soldier would come in and shove chicken gizzards and maggots down his throat. And David's now laying there, he's lifeless, gangrene has set in, he's got these chicken gizzards and maggots being shoved down his throat. And this was it. He couldn't do it anymore. He had lost so much power, this energy, this life force. He had lost so much of it to the bullshit in his past. And now he's laying there, going through all of this soldier's shoving chicken gizzards and maggots down his throat. He's thinking they're trying to infest me from the inside out. He just didn't want to do it anymore. He gave up. And in that moment, he lost consciousness and left his body. And as he left his body, the spirit of Kandinsky, a famous Russian artist, entered his body. Clearly, he wasn't meant to die. Suddenly, he's only speaking fluent Russian. He introduces himself as Kandinsky, the famous Russian artist. The war's over, the camp's liberated. They sent him off to the Russians because he only spoke fluent Russian. And the Russians said, he's not one of ours, and sent him back. Finally, he ends up at a veteran hospital in Battle Creek, Michigan, where he stayed in a coma for 2 years. And when he came out of that coma, he'd lost all use of his legs. They actually had metal braces. He had crutches. He basically resigned himself to the fact that this is where he needed to stay. He wallowed in hate, in self-pity. He resigned himself to the fact that this is where he's going to spend the rest of his days. He was so young. There was so much hate. There was so much anger. There was so much resentment for his life and how things had happened for him. His family, his tribe, they had no idea where he was, what had happened to him. So he decided that he would go visit the family, the tribe, let them know what had happened, and come back and spend the rest of his days at this veteran hospital. He told the elders what had happened, and they held council, and they decided that they would help him. They tied a rope around his waist. They undid the braces off his legs. They threw the braces, they threw his crutches, and they threw him into the Little Colorado River during high flood. And they started yelling at him. Call back your spirit, David. No man can live without his spirit. Call back your spirit, David. No man can live without his spirit. They knew that he had lost so much of its energy, his spirit, his personal power, to everything outside of himself, and especially to his past. They're yelling at him, call back your spirit, David. No man can live without his spirit. And he says that one image after the next of all the issues in his life, all the stuff that he had held on to starts to appear. And he says, okay, I release you. I forgive you. You've got to remember, it doesn't take long for a lifeless body to drown, right? One image after the next. And he's saying, okay, I release you. I forgive you. I release you. I forgive you. Call back your spirit, David. No man can live without his spirit. He says, okay, I release you. I forgive you. I release you. I forgive you. He was setting himself free. And then finally, the image of the soldier that was shoving the chicken gizzards and maggots down his throat appears. And they're still yelling, call back your spirit, David. No man can live without his spirit. And he's looking at this image. He's going, this is it. He knew that it was forgive or die. But he also knew it was this moment that made him decide he didn't have the will to live anymore. And he looks and he says, okay, I release you. I forgive you. And in that moment, I've told this story thousands of times and I still get teary. In that moment, the face in the image, the man spoke to him and said, I was trying to keep you alive. It was the only food I could find. I was trying to keep you alive. It was the only food I could find. Do we see what's just happened? In that moment, he called back his spirit. He was back here in present time. He realized that the way he was seeing things wasn't correct. He called back his spirit. He swam to the water's edge. He got up. He walked out. He kept forgiving every memory that came up. He was letting go. He set himself free. He called back his spirit, came out of that water a medicine man, a shaman. He was completely healed. Do we see what happened there? He set himself free, free of the stories of the past, the stuff that he chose to hang on to. They're all stories. There is no past. There is just here. And if you want to step up, you can't carry the weight of the past with you. You've got to do the inner work. Nothing has any meaning other than the meaning that you give it. So could your perceptions be all wrong? Could they be weighing you down? I'm going to do it again. That story is actually in here as well. I know I've picked up this book so many times during these calls and I'm starting to blow myself away because it's only a thin book. It is not that thick. So, obviously it's just lots of good content. So just give myself a pat on the back because we should be doing that. We should be loving ourselves. That story's in here too. Lots of good stuff. So that story is no doubt going to bring up stuff for you. And I bet you it's already got you guys thinking about what are some of the bullshit stories I'm choosing to hang on to? What is it that I'm still owning? What are my excuses? What are my reasons for not stepping up even more than I already have? So I want you to remember this. Here's the gift. If something comes up for you, it's coming up to come out. You have a choice. Too often, as stuff comes up, we hold it, we look at it, we're reminded of it, right? It comes up, we're reminded of it, and we go, oh. So then we play with the story a little bit, we feed it a little bit more, we buy into it, we allow our emotions to get tangled in it, we maybe let it ruin our day, it definitely ruins our moment. And then what we do, because we have to get on with the stuff, is it will shove it back in. But here's the thing, it came up to come out. So the next time something comes up, see it, thank it for the role it played in your life, the wisdoms that you've gained, the messages, the learnings, all that stuff. You preserve the learnings and you let the rest go. And you can say good riddance too. You're allowed to do that. F you with love and light. I have been known to say that. So the only reason it came up was to come out. Fiona, if you're on this call, you remember a conversation we had a couple of months ago where it says, perfectly fine, you can do that every now and then. Okay, so it came up to come out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. There's a song. That's a song. I can't sing. So use that exercise I showed you in the first video to transmute whatever comes up. Disempower it, let it go. We are all powerful beyond measure. We have the power of free will and choice. We have the power to transmute darkness into light, to manifest what it is that we want, especially now because that veil is so thin. The universe always matches who we are being. Who we are being. So what I want to do now is I want to take you into the being. In. See. So I want you to make yourselves nice and comfy again. We're going to take a journey. We're going to just trust it takes us where we need to go. So I want you to sit nice and tall. Again, preferably not leaning into a backrest. It is a lot easier to feel the energy flow if you're not leaning against something. I'm going to go into that space where you can feel fully connected, where we can heal the unhealed, where we can allow stuff to come up and out as well. Sitting up nice and tall, gently closing your eyes, take a deep breath in and exhale. And again, a deep breath in and exhale. And one more time, a deep breath in and exhale. Just focusing on your breathing, nice, slow, deep breaths. Each and every breath relaxing you more and more. The sound of my voice, soft, soothing, relaxing. So safe, so secure. You can place your hands anywhere that you're comfortable, perhaps on your lap or over your heart center. Anywhere at all. Every breath simply relaxing you more and more. And you may already begin to feel that energy rocking you, flowing through you. You see, you didn't need to do anything at all. Your higher self, your guides, your angels called you to be here in this space. You were called here. And you can just feel that energy flowing through you now. Flowing through you, flowing around you. Touching, transmuting any areas of grey or darkness. Healing the unhealed. Allowing anything that no longer serves to simply come up and out with ease. Up and out with ease. That's right. Transforming, transmuting anything of low vibration into light. blessing and increasing the vibration of every cell in your being. Every cell in your being increasing in vibration. And you now find yourself easily transported into that beautiful temple of yours. It feels so much like home. A place you've known. So much love. So much love. You feel the energy flowing around you and through you, even greater in this space. You have now that very real awareness of the connection to your higher self. It is within you. You feel it, possibly in your heart center. Connected to that highest, greatest version of yourself. You feel that connection growing stronger and stronger with each and every breath now. Does your higher self have a message for you now? Ask and you shall receive. Feel the love and have a very real awareness of those messages that you are receiving. And you now begin to notice the presence of others around you. Your higher self has called forth your guides and your angels so that you may see them, feel them, have a greater awareness of them. You are not alone. You have a team. You are a team. Feel the love, feel the unity, feel that connection growing stronger. And just ahead of you, on the wall, is a screen. And you're being asked now to move closer to that screen. You're being shown our planet, the people, the pockets of grey and darkness, who we've been, how we've lived, and how it does not serve. No attachment. It just is. Much has been learned. Much has been learned. But now we are being called to be more. You are asked to be of service, to shine bright, to bless all of existence. Will you do this? Will you do this? And of course, you say yes, yes, yes. You are here because you were born to be here in this moment. Yes. Your hands now face that screen, and you have that very real awareness, a very real awareness of the light flowing through you and your entire team, radiating across the entire planet. So much light. You feel it coming through you, through your hands possibly beginning to pulsate. You feel that light. You see that light transmuting dark into light, fear into love, and touching the hearts and souls of all so deeply and profoundly, reminding them that they have a choice, that they can choose to be more, to elevate, to rise with us, to be more, to be more, to be more. So much light, so much love. Feel it working through you. This is your undeniable experience. Allow it to be, and so it is. You are now directed to take a seat, to form a circle now with your team, a circle of connection, community, and compassion. In the middle of this circle, you see the earth, so much brighter, so much different. The energy is stronger now. The collective is strong. And you feel yourself drifting deeper and deeper into the energy, deeper into the field of potentiality. Your purpose, your message to the world resonates so strongly through you right now. It resonates so strongly through you. You feel the energy of it flowing through you, through your heart, through your hands, and out into the world. And now you begin to see the new world. Who you are, who we are in our highest potential. How we can be, how we can all contribute. Allow yourself to see, to hear, to feel, to experience us in our highest potential. Make it real. If you're choosing to feed anything, you feed this. Make that vision so real that it too is an undeniable experience, just like the energy flowing through you, just like the tingles in your hands. Feel it. Be it. Know it to be true. And know that your contribution matters, that in lifting you, you lift everybody else. Your guides, your angels, your higher self, the higher beings are working with you, through you. There is so much gratitude being offered to you right now for seeing the truth and for choosing to be you, to be more. Feel their love and gratitude for you. And share the love and gratitude amongst us all. I thank you. I love you. Hold that vision. Hold that space. Carry it with you in every moment of every day, and with every breath and every time you breathe in that light, that life force. Everything that the universe offers you, you breathe that in, filling your entire body, nourishing every cell, and feeding this image, this scene, this love, and this humanity. The breath is offered to you for you to use, to allow that light to flow through you, touching you deeply and everything in existence. Breathe deep. Feel the love, feel the gratitude. Breathe deep. Giving thanks. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. So maybe this is why I couldn't see any comments. I just want to have another big cry. I would love for you guys to share your experience. I felt so much energy flowing through. My hands were tingling, tingling, tingling. I don't know if you guys felt the same thing. Maybe your hands were tingling. Maybe you felt pulsing. I would love for you to share your experience. I'd love for you to share what you saw. All of it, all of it. Share anything that you want. It's also really beneficial for others to read your experiences too. And so I can see Fiona's commented. So I'm actually seeing a little notification saying someone's commented, but I'm not actually seeing your messages like I did. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So I saw them yesterday, just not allowed to see them again today. So I love you. I love you. I love you. Please share. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. This page is for you guys. Anytime you want to ask a question, this page is probably a nice place to do it, because then everybody can learn. Also, share the love. And I would actually say let's do this again tomorrow, but I have an Elevate call on tomorrow. So I'm not able to do it tomorrow, and I have a training call for our upcoming CTCs on Thursday. I rarely stop. I don't think I do stop. Anyway, much love to you all. I love you. Let that light shine through. Anything that comes up to come out. Let go of your bullshit stories and just let this happen. Let it work through you. I love you. I love you. I love who you are being. I love your contribution to humanity. I love you for being here. Okay. Much love to you all. I am signing out. Bye.